here, though. So, Breaky, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I had to think about it. No, of course I'm ready. Of course I'm ready. Beef, let's jump in here. Let's jump into game one and the only game here of Team Excellent versus MEKA. It's Team MEKA Esports, I should actually say. I believe, I don't know if it's actually a gaming organization or not. I know some teams just prefer to have that esports tag at the end because it just
Makes
sounds
them feel cool. It does sound cool.
Yeah, it does. It does. By the way, we do have an update on, we were talking about Metamorphosis earlier, the team that played excellent in the previous round,
Yes.
ended up losing to them, of course, but a well-fought battle. Apparently they are guaranteed, I think they're actually might still even be in the qualifiers. I actually forgot to even double-check, but
Yeah.
we got word that I guess they're at least going to be gold division even, so that makes a little more sense with that team. Anyways, we have MEKA here taking on Excellent. Already starting a little interesting.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And you've been talking about it all weekend long, maybe seeing a prisoner with that hero being unlocked into competitive mode, and, well, just his ability to really shut heroes down with that immobilize, the Rally and the Monkey King specifically. Gonna get locked up right here. One of those heroes, though, did get banned out.
By them.
Yeah,
So
interesting.
Well, it's the thing is, I personally see it as more of a Monkey King counter anyways. So I still think that Monkey, and obviously we're just coming off Classic Excellent where Nox did play the Monkey King, played it very, very well, and Monkey King in general can just be an annoying hero to play against, especially in best of the ones. I mean, he's kind of just one of those heroes, he gets a snowball, and before you know it, the game will be over just like that. So I can see where they're coming from, and you know, whether or not it ultimately is going to be picked up, obviously. We see that tease a lot in lockpick mode especially, where he gets locked up and you're like, oh, there's a chance. Still might not be a chance. But here's to hoping, right? Here's to hoping, hey, if you're going to beat a team like Excellent, if you're MEKA in this case, why not try something a little different?
And it is a best of one. You talked about it earlier with these teams that are generally less favored in these matchups. You try something different. You hope that the opponents don't have experience in dealing with it. It's going to catch them off guard and give you that advantage that you're going to need in order to take that fight. Well, first pick right here is going to be Empath coming out of Excellent. This is definitely a hero that I've seen Excellent run before, and one that they really do like putting into that middle lane, or could be used in actually a solo short lane, or excuse me, a short lane in conjunction with a hard carry.
Producer over there enjoying a good snack, apparently. We're trying to cast, so we're professional.
Will you turn your mic on at some point, please?
We'll get him to actually talk to you guys one of these times.
We're trying to make him.
Talks
We
to us.
talked to him yesterday about it, because he says some funny, very funny things sometimes.
All right, he's all right.
Well, yeah, he's okay.
All right, back to this game, though. Yeah, the Empath pickup, if they perhaps do go the Monkey King now, you know, very VDT-esque, you could say. But, that's also another great combination with Empath. Predator being picked up here. We'll see what their final pick ends up being. But, again, that combination alone can be very, very deadly. So, good start here for Excellent. Pyromancer Lodestone, the first two picks, though, from MEKA. Obviously, we're just getting finished watching MEKA as well, and they prefer the Pyromancer carry. So, we see Pyromancer. Normally, you may think it's going to be a support Pyro. Maybe not, especially with what they ran last game. And they actually go Monkey King themselves even. Interesting.
There you go. So, going to be picking up that Monkey King there. And like you talked about, the possibility of Pyro being that support or being that carry is really what gives you that advantage when you pick a versatile hero in the very early stages of this picking phase. So, I mean, neither us nor the Legion team know what they will be going for with that Pyromancer. And how about that? Deadwood going to be coming out as the first pick from the lock pool, so getting some of that heavy early burst potential with the Willowmaker Punch.
And now you do have that Prisoner 945, and probably not going to see it here, to say the least. But in this case, it looks like also Pyromancer is going to be that support Pyromancer here with the way things have shaped up, as they do finish off with Pebbles and Pharaoh. And a big reason why I actually like Pharaoh is, you know, we talk about it all the time with certain heroes. In this case, this Predator, where he has a stone hide up, that there's almost no way to stop him. Pharaoh has a great way to stop him. He gets him caught in a mummy wall, and nothing Predator can do other than maybe leap onto an opponent outside of the mummy wall. But other than that, you know, he will be stuck in that mummy wall. So Pharaoh is obviously a great pickup for that reason, and you can definitely see what they're thinking there. Bubbles is the final pick for Excellent, so I know.
No Prisoner.
I
know. I'm sad, but you know what? I'm really interested to see how the Helpborn team is going to go about these lanes. For the Legion, it's pretty straightforward. They're going to either be able to run dual mid and then dual short, or they're going to be able to run a tri-lane. So makes sense over there. But with only a single ranged hero here, from the Hellborn team, and no jungler. It certainly is going to be interesting. Maybe going to be running a double melee tri-lane.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when I had Riser on, actually, he did bring up the point that he could see Lodestone as more of a tri-lane support hero. Even it wasn't out of the question. So we'll see if something like that could possibly come up here from MEKA. But in the end, obviously we have never seen that before at the same time. So.
And, well, it actually looks like he might be. If you look at the item build that he just went, buying the 2 components for a Blood Chalice and then some straight regen. So not going to be going to Shield Hatchet, anything like that. And definitely looks like we will be seeing a Pebbles, Pyromancer, Lodestone, Tri-Lane. Interesting. Possibly going to be seeing Pharaoh then head over to the mid lane, a position where he should be able to stay alive against almost any circumstances. And then Monkey King going to be doing his thing up top. He's already there with 2 sets of Blightstones. But Breaky, there could be some action here in the jungle.
Is there going to be Predator kind of up at the front lines right here? Lowsun is going to go in with the Rocket Shot. Predator is going to be stunned. He does go the Stonehide first, actually. Levels it up and puts it out right there. Now putting in the auto attacks. Lowsun realizing this was probably a dumb move. All 5 are here for the lead side. Nice Dragonfire stuff. Bubbles ports in with the teleport. He will get the final auto attack off despite the health potion. And Lowstone goes down. So bloodlust kill for Bassett's there to kick things off. They did not have Monkey King with them, of course. And actually, Pyromancer being chased. A nice wall from Empath, although he will be able to skirt on just by. And actually will be fine in the end. So that's how it'll end. A lot of regen's going to have to be used, but obviously the much better start for Excellence. So again, MEKA thought they had an initiation chance, but they did not have the numbers advantage.
Yeah, looking good there for Team Excellent. And the missed stalagmites in that one really did hurt. It was actually kind of interesting. It might have hit Predator. The stone skin looked like it was just about to come down, and then Pharaoh threw up the mummy walls, which actually moved Predator out of the stalagmite. So a bit of an unfortunate circumstance there. And this is not the start that you want to have when you're going up in this tri-lane versus tri-lane situation, giving some gold and experience over to the opposing team. Fortunately, the First Blood did not go to one of the tri-lane members. But another big thing is that Lodestone did use that health potion right before he died, giving up half of his regen and a substantial portion of regen in this lane. And this is somewhere where you're going to need every amount of regen and consumable that you can get.
Now, I'm actually kind of thinking back a little bit of hindsight here. The final pick for Team Excellent, they had the chance to actually take War Beast instead of Bubbles as their suicide option, or Prisoner 945. But no, they had the chance to pick War Beast, though, and, you know, I don't know. It took us maybe a little bit. You brought it up, the idea whether or not they were ultimately going to be running a tri-lane setup here in MEKA. So I kind of wonder if they knew for certain that it was going to be a tri-lane setup, they're going to try to man up against them. If maybe they would have gone for that War Beast for the Battlecry ability to help out their lane a little bit. Meanwhile, Empath's going to be gone right here, and we see the power of Lodestone, Pyromancer, and Pebbles. Nothing Pew could do right there. Even with the team support with chain reactions, there's 3 powerful stuns coming out, and nothing that Pew could do there in the end. So they need to be careful in their positioning with that said. But yeah, it would have been kind of interesting to maybe see that Battlecry being spammed here in the Legion's favor and kind of helping them out for that laning phase. But obviously that isn't the case. They have Bubbles, also a great hero, of course. But just, you know, making an observation there, I guess. So, but nice counter kill, at least for MEKA. Start things off here.
Yeah, bring it down Pew. Definitely going to help. We saw some aggression in that middle lane as well, trying to really force something to happen against Brodek's 5 level. But Rehendo was not quite able to finish that one off. Deadwood going to be delivered the bottle here, in addition to the 4 Blightstones that he still has left. Will regen up to full. Hitting level 4 right there as well. He's actually doing pretty well against the Pharaoh, who's only at 2-0, but looks like in the bottom lane, Pebbles in some trouble.
Yeah, Torture, can he get a range for chain reactions? No, he cannot. The Dragonfire's done. And that was a 2 versus 3 right there. Lodestone, they knew Lodestone was missing. That's why they played so aggressively, thinking they had an opening, but well played at the same time by MEKA. Able to play passive enough, and obviously Dragonfire's done for Pyromancer, ultimately helped save him. Again, good getaway in the end. We did see the power of that Stonehide, and obviously with that Stonehide, he was able to avoid the initial stalagmites and keep on going. But here's going to be gone. And will they be doing enough for damage for the kill, actually? The 3 stun staggering. It's not enough. Yes, it is enough. Holy crap. That freaking head smash, even at level 1, so much damage right there. Drops Predator.
Yeah, 150 mixed damage. Yeah, at level 1, you and I both thought he was going to get away right there was not going to happen. Top lane, Monkey King and Bubbles really good at this. Deadwood's getting aggressive in the middle, trying to throw out autos, but he has to be very careful. He's low on life, but has the bottle charges and the regen from the Blightstone. So, Breaky, all three of these lanes are really, really going hard. And that's what I love about a lot of these lower tier matches in the earlier stages of tournaments. Yeah. When we get to see some of these unknown teams, most of them tend to be very, very aggressive.
It seems like it. It definitely seems like it, and no different here. And, you know, something else I've been kind of picking on lately, and both with the Han Tour qualifiers kicking off this last weekend and throughout this Alienware tournament so far, it seems like the aggressive tri-lane is making a little bit of a comeback. Absolutely. I mean, it seems like we've seen it more and more and more over these last couple of days, whether that's because of the patch, whether that's just because of change in general. Going into Hunter Season 2, you know, I don't know. I don't want to overanalyze it by any means. But, and it seems like, again, like here, it seems to be working out in good time.
Yeah.
So I love seeing that. You know, it definitely promotes for some fun play in the laning phase on top of just the aggressive nature in general. So, and clearly it's working out at least pretty well so far here for the Hellborns. I know with that said, Predator is 19-6 farm. So he is doing pretty good in farm, and actually Pebbles only 6-4. So when it comes to actually farming, seems like it's doing pretty well. But there's a low stun initiation, does not stun Torturer though, and now Predator gonna look for that counter chance here.
Yeah, he certainly is. The wall gonna be trying to get Pebbles away, and no, not gonna be able to enough to kill Pebbles. Empath, in fact, gonna be the one to fall. Lodestone has a rocket drill, gonna use it to escape rather than go for the aggression. The safer choice there. But, wow, I am very, very surprised that Pebbles was living.
You know, the more this is progressing, too, as Pebbles does go to the observatory, great being there, of course, able to pick up that easy regen and come back to the lane. Lodestone is kind of like a behemoth. Obviously, he doesn't provide a wall in the end, but the range of it is actually kind of behemoth-like. It's pretty absurd as far as the range is concerned. And although it's not instant like a behemoth stun, it is close to it. Now, he did miss the stun right there in Torture, so I guess that kind of goes against what I'm saying to an extent. But they have that presence. They have that presence of being able to reach the support out of position, even though they're behind Predator. As they almost had right there, it still ended up with a kill. So, again, with the kills being concerned, this is actually doing pretty well for the Hellborn team. But you still look at the overall farm, and keep going back to you, Predator still actually is having a fairly good time. And Pebbles' farm is not necessarily exploding. In fact, Lodestone has more farm than Pebbles here so far. Toppin, in the meantime, rambling on about the try versus try.
Oh, and middle lane.
On a kill. And the middle lane,
when it rains, it pours, Breaky. In this
so.
case, it's raining G's in the middle lane as Brodex 5 level was able to drop the Pharaoh. And, well, a couple kills there for the Team Excellence solos. The bottom lane might not be going perfect, but it's still going pretty well for them. In fact, the chain reaction stun could be going off. There's the illusory veil wall, but now Empath's the one in trouble.
Yes, she is. She is going to fall right there. But now Lodestone, will he be able to take this damage? Torture going long, though. Oh, Lodestone survives, and now Torture's in a lot of trouble. He, too, will fall. Excellent play coming out from the Hellborn team. Monkey King even wanted to join the party, but he got here a little late. Uh-oh, Deadwood's hunting, though. Can he at least get one kill right here? He does have a Falcon Punch, has a double damage. He's found by Pharaoh, though. This is a big deal. Lodestone, or they find Deadwood next to them. Stalagmites come out. The follow-up damage. Deadwood trying to get a kill at Lodestone. Lodestone baiting him. Throws the longest, not enough for the kill, though. Oh, no. Disastrous for Excellent right there.
Yeah, really, really wanted to get in there and get that kill, but some kind of a good read there. I'm not sure if it was scouted out by a Pharaoh rocket or just simply saw him leaving the lane, but Pharaoh was able to get into position and really cut that off so that they could get a turnaround. Very, very nicely played by MEKA. And so after giving up a couple of kills there in those other lanes, they do at least score some kind of retribution.
Now, the goal per minute chart kind of tells an interesting story here, because despite the 6-3 hero kill leader for the Hellborn team and that aggressive trial that seems to be working with hero kills, the top 3 farmers all still belong to Team Excellent, including Bubbles, who's just out of his mind up here apparently. Yeah. 380 goal per minute. He did get that Bloodlust kill, I believe. So that's definitely helping. Yeah, he did. But him and Deadwood are both winning their lanes when it comes to creep farm and levels even. So that's a big thing to note here as far as how this game is looking. And speaking of winning the lanes, Deadwood continuing that trend as he Falcon punches the face of Pharaoh right there.
Yeah, a lot of damage being done. Pharaoh just not quite tanky enough to survive that combo. And Brodex, I mean, as we've seen already in this game, not afraid to get in there into those towers. Speaking of players that are afraid, though, it's this tri-lane from the Hellborn side, dropping a ward of sight and really just staying in the trees, not willing to commit and try to move up for these creep kills. Pebbles, just when he's going up against a hero like Predator, a hero that is naturally pretty tanky and has that leap right there. The Carnivorous Leap going to be going out to the Pyromancer. Stun from Lodestone going out to the Torturer as well. Pyromancer going to get stunned down. Pebbles going to be just chucking Deadwood in the air, dropping the Rotten Grasp here as well. And Pebbles looks like he might fall. Yes, Pebbles will go down. Bubbles coming in from the back, though. Going to be able to finish off Pyromancer with that Kelfield and the Song of the Sea. Lodestone trying to get away. Will he survive or will he get finished off? Nice wall of mummies coming in from Pharaoh, but now he's in trouble.
Yeah, Pharaoh's going to end up falling for that. And I don't know if that's worth it, honestly. Pharaoh going down for the Lodestone right there. He's playing a secondary support in this case.
Yeah.
You could argue that's probably not worth it, but definitely something I saw that fight. I'm sure a lot of the viewers did as well. xCet doing a really just a fantastic job of roaming to the lane initially, and then even Bubbles coming in with the haste that he happened to have. And the supporting cast is clearly just that much better for Team xCet as far as they had 5 there in the end, where MEKA only had 4 throughout all of that. Monkey King continued to farm the top lane. Not to, I mean, he maybe could have ported to the bottom lane to assist out, and that would have been beneficial, but at the same time, he does some damage to Bubbles right there, but actually needs to be careful about himself. So, and that actually brings up a point of, for this Hellborn side, so going back to what I was just pointing out before that gank even happened, it's kind of deceiving the success that MEKA's having here. Because their solo lanes are actually getting beat in both of them by a pretty good amount, you could they probably should start thinking about setting up some roams, honestly, as they're going to go balls to the wall right here. He chucks Lodestone in, misses the stun, though, and now here's a chance to respond. Coming up for xCet. Wall goes up. Pharaoh is in here, though, so numbers advantage in favor of the Hellborn team. They're going to pick up Empath, it looks like, but at what cost over here? Lodestone barely tanky enough. He will survive. Pharaoh catches Predator. Will the Mummy Walls go up? Yes, they will. But he leaps to Pebbles. Pebbles says get off me. So many things happening as far as Predator going all over the place. And he is still in trouble. But Ryan Grasp attempted. Here's a turnaround chance now for xCet. Will they get it? Falcon Punch on the Pharaoh. Pebbles not needing to run away. Barely going to stay alive. July must come out. And the Blazing Strike to finish off Deadwood right there. Predator also locked down. He too is going to fall. Wow, a crazy end to that fight there.
That just went so poorly for xCet, and not even just because they played poorly. The Hellborn team played really, really well, and in fact, a kill right there. Pharaoh came back in to try to get the kill on what looked like a ward, and now Monkey King going to be going hard. He's out of mana, though, and might get locked down himself against his level 10 Bubbles. He could actually be in a considerable amount of trouble. No, Bubbles will fall back, but I've got to say, MEKA, the way that they just went in and out, waited for their skills to come off cooldown, went for resets in that team fight, that's the only reason they ended up coming out on top.
Yeah. Well, it does seem like the numbers, whichever team gets the numbers there initially, it's the one winning. I mean, that time Bubbles wasn't able to get there in time. I mean, he got there at the very end, and obviously he happened to catch Pharaoh. But, he wasn't there for pretty much all of that fight leading up to that point. So, but what a chaotic game we have. We already have 18 hero kills in 11 minutes, man, as they see you try to go into Pebbles. But still, the big picture is honestly looking very good for Team xCet. Even with it only being a 1,300 goal lead and 2,500 experience lead, I still think xCet's lead is even bigger than that, than the numbers actually speak for it. So, Predator, he's having a good time. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, again, they're going to try to jump in, but at what cost right here? Ports are coming in. Powerman's up inside, puts the stun. They get 2 dead right off the bat. Bubbles is still alive now. Wrath the Pharaoh on him. Pharaoh wanted to go balls to the wall, but Lodestone had another plan, I guess. He actually runs away, and now Pebbles is in a little bit of trouble here, Beef.
Yeah, he certainly is. Going to be trying to get out of there. Predator not wanting to commit, but Bubbles is still off to the side. Shell surf in a couple seconds, but we'll just kind of hang out, not wanting to really chase. And it was some interesting communication there from MEKA when Pharaoh did use that Wrath of Pharaoh. It looked like he might have been able to just walk on out of there, but he definitely went in wanting some additional kills. The team saying, no, we're going to go ahead and back up. Did sacrifice Pharaoh to the Wolves on what would have otherwise been a very, very nice, clean gank onto a couple of supports, but they give up some in exchange and not able to take an advantage out of that like they might have otherwise been able to do.
Yeah. You see Deadwood right here. He is farming 300 gold per minute himself. Again, Predator, even with all this action here at the bottom lane, Predator's still managing 290 gold per minute. So Nox is honestly just fine with the way this game is progressing. He actually picks up a Beast Heart. Wouldn't be surprised to see that, of course, turn into the Elder Parasite even.
Ward wars here in the bottom lane. I mean, that's what a try versus try situation evolves into a lot of times, is who's going to have the vision to get the better initiations, who's going to catch who out of position. And Well, right now the Legion team, they got 4. They're looking to try to make something happen in this bottom lane, whether it's a push or a kill. But speaking of kills, Deadwood up top, not going to go into Monkey King, just going to throw a log at him.
If you got the rotten grasp, that was probably good right there, but just missing Monkey King with the rotten grasp initially. He's able to squirt on out low. Sun says, I'm tired of waiting around. I want kills to happen, but there need to be heroes to kill if you want that to happen. No one was nearby at that point, and the Legion team just completely spreads away, so trying to find a timing. You know, not the longest cooldown in the world. It's 100 seconds, so again, not the biggest deal, but not able to find an opportunity. The Ward Wars continue as you're talking about. You see Pyromancer puts a rep down and kills that one. But something else I noticed, Bubbles, level 11 already. He's 3 levels higher than anyone on the Hellborn. I guess 2 levels technically now, but he is looking really good when it comes to experience as well. And actually, there's a portal key for him too now. So he is going to be continue to be a big impact for this team. Again, they're setting up at the bottom lane. They want something here.
They really, really do. Predator with that Stonehide, not the target they necessarily want to go on, knowing that he might have some support, but they're going to come around. Pebbles maybe just looking for some farm, maybe going to bait it out. There's the Stalagmites going in. The Rocket Drill is there, and Pyromancer going to get the full combo off with the Blazing Strike, but it's not enough. Oh, no. Predator going to get leaped on here. There's Bubbles going to drop the Kelfield onto 2, finishing out Pyromancer. Lodestone going to be able to turn it around and get the kill onto Torture, but there's the Wall of Mummies going up onto Empath. Pharaoh taking considerable damage, though, and he might be going down, but Predator maybe in some trouble. No, Stone Skins out of the Stalagmites. Bubbles going in, gets chucked back, says, get off of me, bro.
Yeah, now we see Bubbles about half alive. Needs to be careful. Losar going back in. Rocket Jump. Oh, he finishes off just before the Shell Surf connected. And the damage isn't enough. And another TP coming, and that's going to be Torture, I believe, coming back. Deadwood's also level 11. He doesn't have a Falcon Punch anymore. The leap on it, Pharaoh. The lock throw comes out. Not enough for the kill. Torture will finish him off, though. Meanwhile, back here, Monkey King joins the party, though. And he picks off Torture, or excuse me, Empath in the process, it looks like. There's the kill to Torture. As Pebbles, we're having some bottom wars action, man. I mean, we got a mid wars map. Apparently, we need a bottom wars map for these two teams because they are just both continuing to come down here and make chaos happen.
When Torture was chucked in there at the very end, he was actually about probably less than 50 units away from having an impalement hit Monkey King and kill Monkey King.
Yeah.
Just as a result of that chuck, but action might not be over in the bottom lane. Bubbles going to be coming in right there. Nice take cover. Perhaps. I don't know.
No, it wasn't. He actually got hit by the Dragon Fire
yeah.
as soon as he ported it in. That was good timing by Pyromancer, actually. But
an odd animation there. But yeah, nice job from Pyromancer escaping death from the level 11 Bubbles and Pebbles.
Okay, so again, big picture, as fun as this is, you still look at the big picture here and see that Excellence still in a very comfortable spot. And it goes to, honestly, for MEKA, again, as fun as this is, you know, keep going down, a lot of action, you need to go elsewhere, man. You need to go elsewhere. You need to gank other lanes. They're going to try to kill Predator again right here. He has a Stone Skin up. He goes into Pebbles, trying to stay alive. Will the support come in time? He is going to be continuing to go on, and yes, they will kill him when it's all said and done. Empath and Torture are just not able to do enough. So, again, they get a kill, which is good. But now here comes Deadwood again. The Falcon Punch should just drop Lodestone like it's hot. And now Torture, he's finding himself in a tough spot, just out of range of the Mummy Wall, still running. Pebbles nearby, though. Deadwood is out of mana, but guess who's coming yet again? Bubbles is nearby, and I think they know that. They are starting to turn around themselves, and Bubbles is what?
Double damage.
Why are there other lanes in this game right now?
He just got a kill on Monkey King in the middle lane as well. Picks off Pyromancer like it ain't no thing. And there's the wall going to be going up. Pharaoh in some serious trouble. The auto is going to be enough to finish him off. And excellent. They're starting to run away with this game. This is what happens when your suicide lane just gets out of control.
I'm going to keep the camera like this because every bit of action is happening in this vicinity. Like, there's no reason to move the camera because literally every kill has happened at that angle, it seems like. This is just absurd, man, what is going on. And again, I keep going back to it. It's fun, and it's, you know, you're allowed to enjoy the game in the end, but if you want to win this game for MEKA, stop doing it. Stop doing it. It is not working out in the end. You're constantly falling further and further behind by constantly going back to this middle lane, continuing to try to bang your head against the door. And sure, you're getting kills, but it doesn't change the fact that you're dealing with the Bubbles now nearing 400 gold per minute. Deadwood's got his portal key coming along. And Predator, even though, you know, it's kind of slowing down a little bit, he's still farming 270 gold per minute. He has the Elder Parasite, and he's going to continue to get bigger and better. I guess the biggest thing is that the Hellborn team, they're not necessarily getting anything big themselves. And they do catch Bubbles right here, actually. Kelfield comes out. Bassett's in trouble. He is going to die. Big catch from Pharaoh right there. And guess what? That wasn't at the bottom lane.
It wasn't. I hope you caught that on camera.
I did. I managed to somehow.
There you go. So very, very big kill there for Pharaoh. Going to get a considerable amount of experience, probably going to get close to level 11 himself now. And that's the kind of things that this Hellborn team needs to do to get back in this game. Take advantage of those small picks. Try to get some vision up on the map and generate some pressure in lanes that aren't starting with a B. So, well, that's what they're starting to do right now, but things still not necessarily looking super good for them. Pebbles is kind of approaching that portal key, but they're going to go ahead and just try to go bottom again.
Go. Oh, he gets the stone head off, though. That's another downside of the rocket drill. It is not immediate again, so the Predator had enough time to react right there. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Pew actually picks up that kill onto Pharaoh. Looks like him and Deadwood comboing for the kill. So Pebbles and Lowstone, though, they're so insistent on being like, we want to kill this Predator, damn it. We're going to try again. He chucks him, and again, what, do they think he doesn't know how to use his abilities or something? He jumps back in. Pebbles out a lot of trouble. The other Parasite is up, and Nox is just going to tear him a new one. She'll serve even for assistance. A wall off right there in a Lodestone, and he too is going to fall. It's as if they don't think Nox knows how to play his hero for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really not too sure what those two players were doing down there. Middle lane Pyromancer perhaps in some trouble. Willowmaker is on cooldown, so Deadwood just going to try to finish the autos, but no, has to activate the clear cutting, and now will get away. Just had a portal key delivered to him, I believe. So we'll be able to use that trying to get away, but yeah, there's really no threat. And I don't know, with this Pebbles, it's already nearly 20 minutes. You typically want to have your portal key no later than, say, 13, 14 minutes. And if you're in the tri-lane, you want to have it even faster than that. The reason you tri-lane is to try to assure farm. You go up in a try versus try situation that didn't work out for you, no rotation coming out, and he's just falling into worse and worse shape. At this point, probably not going to be getting his portal key until at the earliest 22, 23, 24 minutes.
Not good.
And he's going to be under-leveled compared to anyone else on the other team. Things definitely not looking good here for MEKA Esports.
Especially when, yes, you formed an aggressive trial lane with Pebbles being the focal point in terms of farm. At least that was the idea. And he doesn't have a portal key yet. And as he says, probably still not, at least for another 2-3 minutes at this rate, even if that. So that is the biggest thing right here. And I also want to address Monkey King and his decision to go Sustainer. I mean, again, at the end, I get it. You want to obviously get that Null Stone, as we always talk about, that steroid, maybe figuring that, going to buy the time, if they can keep the aggression up, I guess, around, then maybe try to continue to lock down that Predator somewhat. Buy more time for Monkey King to start to explode with the Null Stone pickup. But I personally still would have liked to see it at least an Energizer on it first, because the way this game is just so chaotic, the Energizer help you get involved early on. And as we saw last game with Nox against their opponents, mid, I believe it was, by the way, Deadwood actually being gone on over here. Will he fall? He gets a Falcon Punch off in return. It might set up a counter cone to Lowstone. Yes, it will, and actually it could set up 2 kills in the end. It looks like it is going to end up being that fair, although Monkey King coming over. He does have an invis, jumps on Empath right there. Pharaoh goes down. There's the counter cone to Empath, though, so it's one after the other, it seems like. And actually, Bubbles, he's going to be pursued. I think he's going to be fine, though. Shell Surf, take over. He'll survive in the end.
Yeah, he's out of there, no problem. And you actually saw right there just how kind of underfarmed this Monkey King is. It required the full combo to get the Empath. If he'd been able to use any of those spells on the Bubbles, he might have been able to keep going onto him. But either way, a nice job from the Hellborn team, at least getting a couple of counter kills there, which is all that you can really ask for. But at the meantime, on the other side of the map, he did, of course, have the Predator continue farming. He's picked up a light brand, so really valuing that mana region. That shows you how much action this Predator's been in, that he wants to go light brand first so he can have enough mana to keep using the Leap and to keep using the Stone Knight. He's only got 2 spells, and neither of them cost very much mana.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that necessarily is a full thing. I think it's more of just obviously really this wants a good farming tool, and no doubt light brand, as we stressed last game when he went, was on the Monkey King. I mean, the same concept with an agility hero. It works for all, strength, agility, or intellect. I mean, it is just a great overall farming tool, and Predator feels that here. Eventually, the Dawnbringer, of course, I assume that's what that's going to turn into, and no doubt a Dawnbringer is a great item on it. But yeah, top lane, Monkey King is going to be jumped. Bubbles and Deadwood collapse. Again, look at Bubbles. He's level 17, 4 levels higher than that Monkey King he just killed, and 6 to 7 levels higher than anyone else on the team. I mean, he is just... Facets is having a very nice game. He's 11-1-5 here.
Yeah, nearly 700 experience per minute. Absolutely insane game out of Facets, and that's one of the ways to get a really big lead. Deadwood trying to get this Lodestone, and actually will find somebody. There's a Kelfield going to be going out onto 2. Bubbles not using the silence yet, actually going to be shell surfing away. Not a lot of spells connecting thus far. There's the silence onto Lodestone exclusively. Pyromancer trying to get off a couple spells. There's the stalagmites onto Deadwood. The chuck up, but nice chain reaction. Going to be saving him for now. The Blazing Strike not going to finish him off just yet. There's the Wrath of Pharaoh to take him out, but here comes Predator. Going to be able to finish off Pebbles. The chain reaction helps to finish off Lodestone, and they're still going on to Pyromancer.
Yeah, because it took so long to go Deadwood right there, that's why all of that happened at the end. Because it took them a good 5 to 6 seconds, at least if not longer, to finally chase on. Even the Blazing Strikes didn't finish him off. And look at this, he's even bought back here, and now he's going to join his team. And actually, if you're Monkey King, I would be very scared right now. Deadwood's nearby, doesn't have a Falcon Punch just yet, but okay, well, there you go. The game is over just like that. They've had enough, and again, understandably, I didn't think they were going to be making a comeback, especially with the way the game was going, but again, it was a fun game. I'm not complaining by any means. I think we ended up with like 46 kills in 23 minutes, so that's fine. 2 kills per minute is never a bad thing. But as I was saying earlier in that game, if you're trying to win the game, MEKA really got in a very rinse and repeat mode that just wasn't going to work in the end, and that came evident to us fairly early on. To them, not as early, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just really unfortunate when you kind of do lose all of your lanes like that. And I have to give a really big shout out to Bassett's in this game. When you do actually just crush your lane as a suicide player, you set your team up in such a good situation. In that case, they would have wanted to actually rotate the Pebbles into the top lane to give them some protected farm. The problem, there was a level 11 Bubbles there when Pebbles was like level 5.
Exactly.
It's like, well, he can just drop any spells he wants on me and kill me. There was nowhere really for that Pebbles to go unless you bring the entire tri-lane, and then it's just going to become a whole fiasco. Without winning a single lane there, MEKA Esports was just in a really, really rough spot, but kind of as we expected. I mean, excellent, advancing, looking very, very strong over MEKA Esports, and we've got our top 3 now.
We do have our top 3, but again, just referring to that game one more time, the biggest thing, too, was both the middle and the top lane. Favorable matchups, not only favorable matchups with Team Excellence, but matchups that they won. Both the Bubbles versus the Monkey King on top, and then it was Deadwood versus Pharaoh in the middle lane. Deadwood, he's a very hard hitter. Not much like Pharaoh can do to stop that. I mean, he can maybe get some okay himself, but I think that those were cases right there of the favorable hero matchups winning their matchups on top of the trial. And as, again, it looked okay for the Hellborn team early on, and it was fun. They got kills early on. But Predator was still able to get a good farm himself. So, yeah, it clearly wasn't going to work out in the end, and Team Excellent just persevered. And as you said, they are now a top 3 team at least. They're going to be playing Justice League tomorrow in the Losers Bracket Finals, and then the winner of that will play Lion Esports Club in the Grand Final. So both of these teams have a chance at a rematch against Lion Esports Club because both of them got knocked down in the Losers Bracket.
We're going to have a couple of, at least one rematch.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They both played Lions Esports Club.
Yeah, only one of them gets to play.
Only one of them gets to play. That is how it works. Yes.
They might get to play Lions twice in 2 consecutive best of 3s
if they can make the comeback. Yeah,
and
that eventually will take place on Thursday. So tomorrow will be the Losers Bracket Finals, and then on Thursday, of course, the Grand Finals. And remember, too, this is just one of 2 tournaments going on right now for Alienware. The other one, the North American region, and we actually got the chance that if you happen to miss it, if you blinked, that's how fast it happened. Last night we did actually cover it was Absolute Legends versus We Are Spies for the North American Division Winter Bracket Finals. Absolute Legends, they dominated.
They did work.
They destroyed We Are Spies. It was pretty one-sided, and a little bit surprising to me, honestly. But again, Absolute Legends is a great team at the same time. So they're in the Grand Finals, but that coverage will continue tonight once again for the North American region as well. So Alienware still has plenty more left in it as far as both of these tournaments go, Beef. But that is going to be it for the cast for now.
Yeah.
So sad for that. But
not for today, as you mentioned. That's going to continue tonight in a little less than 5 hours. And we should have some pretty good matches. We got Ultimate Legends. That was the team we were talking about yesterday with people
Creams
like QQ Noodle, Creams, Woody Fly, Caillou, and Bloody Nine. So definitely a team with some notable players on it. Outside of that, I mean, we've got What a Joke, who we actually cast on in the Han Tour Finals, a team that actually did get knocked out, I believe, in the first round, made it all the way into the top 4 or top 6 for this tournament.
Yeah.
So
Goes to show you, man.
On Tour
is going to be fun, man. season 2 is
crazy.
about the unknowns. It really is. I mean, not only we keep talking about kind of transitioning here, but we keep talking about which team is going to be the team to beat in Cycle 1. I don't know. I mean, I lean towards Lion Esports Club. It seems like they kind of are a favorite for a lot of people. But there's easily 8 or 9 teams that you could list off that honestly have a pretty legit, including all the teams that were invited to start. Right off the bat. But then on top of that, I mean, there's the other divisions. There's the gold, the silver divisions, which it seems like a lot of teams are really, they took advantage of maybe on Tour Season 1, got a lot of experience there, and now using that going into Season 2, building off of it, if not also getting a start in Season 2, and they're going to build off it that way. So I truly am looking for Season 2. Hopefully you guys are for good reason. Not only if you're both playing in it or even watching here on Honcast, it's going to be awesome. It really is. So can't wait for that to kick off, continue even with the qualifiers this weekend, then eventually kick off about a week and a half from now with Cycle 1. So
not too far away.
Yes. It's happening quickly, coming up quickly, and there's plenty of it to go around.
You will get your fill of competitive Han.
Oh, my gosh. You will. 7+ months of coverage over the next 7+ months, really, all the way into late January.
Ready.
So it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be wrapping up here for today's cast. Well, for now, we will be coming back again. That's going to be at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's 3 a.m. Central European time. Again, if you're European, you're crazy if you stay up for that. But if you do,
super
props
dedicated.
to you. Or awesome. One of the two. It's about 4:17 here now, so that's a little under 5 hours again.
Yeah.
It's when the North American Challenge is going to be picking up coverage here on Honcast. So definitely look forward to that if you're going to be staying up. If not, we'll see you tomorrow then for the European coverage continuing. And it's going to be fun doing things throughout this week. So as far as shout-outs go, wrapping up here.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. I do have to give a shout-out to Honcast and S2. I don't have to, but I'm going to because Honcast and S2 are awesome for picking me out. They have a gun to my head. They're like, oh, Beefs, if you don't give us a shout-out, you're done.
Yes.
But huge shout-out to Honcast and S2 for bringing me out here, being able to cast this. And, of course, a big thanks to Alienware for actually putting this event together. I mean, it's been a really nice source of coverage over the last couple of weeks. So shout-out to them, the Alienware Arena. And, well, of course, as always, thanks, guys, for watching.
Thank you for watching. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up. Again, shout-out to you guys for watching as well. Shout-out to Pamit over here. Gets it every now and then. Sometimes deserving, sometimes not. Anyways, shout out to you guys again. We are going to be seeing you later on tonight, if not tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you later.